Good afternoon and welcome to St. Petersfield for the first round game of the Vermont 2013 American Legion Baseball Championship Tournament. This game has the number 3 seed from the South Lake region taking on the number 2 seed from the North, the Colchester Cannons. It's Eric Ramey alongside Mark Lambert, and beautiful day here at St. Petersfield.
Really lovely day, Eric. Just got done a great ball game as Bennington held on. Actually, came from behind in the 13th inning to score 2 runs to win 2-1 in a pitcher's duel. And I think, Eric, we're going to see some more good pitching in this ball game.
I think you're right. Lakes Region will send Big Ben Brown to the mound. On the season, Brown just a 2-3 record, but an earned run average below 2. Gets a lot of ground balls, doesn't walk anyone, has good command of the zone. And I'm told he pitches with his brain and with a lot of composure.
Yes, he's had a tremendous season for Lakes Region this year, Eric. And for Mungin and the Cannons, Coach Mungin and the Cannons, Sean Callahan will counter for them. Callahan 4-1 on the season in 32 and a third innings. Callahan has struck out 33 while walking only 8. So a couple guys who should be around the plate and force the offense to put the ball in play.
Pitchers duel like this may come down to what team can put the ball in play and make the defense have to make plays. Lakes Region has had a hard time all season trying to score runs, so I don't know if maybe we see some small ball from them and trying to get some guys on base early and just kind of move people around and try to win every inning if they can.
I would think that'd be the prevailing mentality today. Both clubs are likely to scrap to try to get on the board early. I think that they're both very confident in the pitchers they've sent out to the hill today. I know Callahan features a good fastball, curve and change, and Ben Brown's movement has just been tremendous all summer.
So we're about to get underway, step into the plate to get the game underway. For Lakes Region, number 7 shortstop Dakota Huber. Recent graduate of Fairhaven Union High School, one of the top all-around athletes in Vermont. Great football player, and but baseball is his sport. So he steps in, and here we go. First pitch, strike 1.
Joe Fisher behind the plate calling the balls and strikes today, and Larry Rieger on the bases. And those are the umpires.
Breaking ball for strike 2. Callahan out in front. Breaking ball outside. You were able to lay off.
We can see Callahan with early confidence in the breaking ball just off the plate there.
Fastball up. Count evens at 2-2. Breaking ball, swung at it, missed by Huber. 1 down. Coming to the plate now for Lake Region, Justin Owen. Right fielder for Lakes Region by way of Otter Valley.
And an integral member of the state championship winning team at Otter Valley this year.
Absolutely. Fastball, strike 1. The Otter Valley baseball team is a great story. Bunch of kids have played together for a long time, and Coach Tim Mitchell got them all on the same sheet of music, and they just had a tremendous year. Back up the middle, stabbed by Callahan. Short toss to first. 2 away.
A good start for Callahan with Huber and Owen being two catalysts of the offense for Lakes. Very important to keep them off the base paths.
Now stepping to the plate for Lakes Region, their top hitter, Sean Shepherdson. Sean will be going into his senior year at Poultney High School next year. Curveball in there for strike 1.
And Derek mentioned earlier with Dakota Huber being a 3-sport star at Fairhaven, Sean Shepherdson pretty much the same at Poultney.
Absolutely. Very good basketball player. Another breaking ball for strike 2. Callahan way ahead in the count. And another breaking ball, check swing, strike 3. Callahan dominates the first inning. So at the end of 1/2, Lakes Region 0, Colchester coming to bat. Back at St. Peter's Field, we head into the bottom of the first inning. Colchester Cannons coming to bat. On the mound for Lakes Region, Ben Brown. Tall, lanky right-hander. Mid-80s fastball, a lot of movement on his four-seamer. Throws a changeup as well as a curve. 2-3 record on the season with an ERA under 2. First pitch is inside, ball 1. Pulled foul down the third baseline. Count evens up at 1-1.
This is Cody Sherrow leading it off for Colchester. Sherrow, the 2012 Gatorade Player of the Year, is a 6-year veteran of the Cannons program and is currently playing at South Dakota State University. Very high-level baseball there, Eric.
In talking with the Colchester staff last night, they thought they'd do well tonight if every ball gets hit to shortstop. Fly ball right center. Hauled in. Ryan Darling cutting it off, get the first out of the bottom of the first.
That brings up Sean Callahan for Colchester. 2013 graduate of Colchester High, is headed to UMass Dartmouth.
Ball up in the zone. Fly ball down the third baseline. Huber taking off after it. Looks like that ball is going to drop out of play.
Boy, Huber certainly covered a lot of ground there, Eric. Close on that nicely.
Dakota does not lack for speed, that is for sure.
No, you were right there.
When he can get it opened up, he's one of the fastest kids you'll ever see. Fly ball, another deep fly to center field. Darling drifting back.
This one's well hit.
Oh, hit off his glove, drops it, picks it up, relay into Huber, and Callahan rolls into second base. Darling had to cover a lot of ground on that. I'm guessing that's going to go as a base hit.
Certainly had a lot of ground to cover. The ball carried very well there to left center, Eric.
It did. A little bit of a breeze blowing out. That may have helped it, but nonetheless, tips off Darling's glove, drops in, and Callahan rolls into second. Coming up for Colchester, their number 3 hitter, second baseman Josh Rutland. And right here, he didn't like nothing more than to drive Callahan in and get them the early lead. Ground ball to third. Ooh. Oh! Callahan drifted off second a little too much. Throws behind Callahan at second to Davenport, who applies the tag. Second out of the inning, and now here's Colchester with no one in scoring position.
A little suspect base running right there. As he went back into second, it looked like maybe head first. He might have been able to get in, but went back feet first, was tag out for second out.
Throw over to first, keeping Rylance close. Huber in the hole, fires across his body, throws on the money to Shepherdson. That was Zach Tandy grounding out shortstop to first to end the first inning. So at the end of one complete, no score. Back at St. Peter's Field, first round game of the 2013 American Legion Baseball Championship Series. Colchester Cannons taking on Lakes Region as we go to the top of the second. Coming to bat for Lake Region is Dylan Beaven, the catcher, by way of Burn Burton Academy. Callahan's first pitch, ground ball to shortstop. Fielder throws across the diamond. And a quick 1 out in the top of the second.
Two pretty slick fielding shortstops out there today. A very nice play by Huber to end the bottom of the first, and a fine play right here to begin the second inning.
With the pitchers on the mound for both teams, the defenses today are going to have to make plays. So, as I said earlier, the more balls that are hit to shortstop today, probably.
I think both coaches will be happy with that.
Going to move along. First pitch is down low, ball 1. Second pitch is outside, 2-0. Batting for Lake Region right now is their pitcher, Ben Brown. Line drive right field. Nice catch on that play by Brandon Arell. Coming in, 2 outs.
Ball hit pretty well right there. Ben Brown's really been swinging the bat well for Lakes as of late. Well struck ball there, but very nice play coming in and make the play by Errol.
So 2 outs. Colin Gilbert coming to bat for Lakes Region. Colin getting ready to enter his senior year at MSJ. First pitch strike from Callahan. Curveball drops in, strike 2.
Nice curveball, good late depth.
Callahan way ahead in the count. And another breaking ball. Gilbert waves at and misses. So a quick 7-pitch, top of the second for Sean Callahan. And at the end of 1.5, no score. Back at St. Peter's Field for the bottom of the second inning. Eric Ramey alongside Mark Lambert, and coming to bat for Colchester, the catcher, number 23, Jared Rylant.
Rutland, one of the Cannon's top hitters on the year, comes into the game hitting at a .397 clip with 31 hits, 12 runs scored, and 15 RBIs.
The kind of guy you want leading off the inning.
Oh, for sure.
Sure don't want him coming up later in the game with runners on base. First pitch inside. Ball too low.
As you mentioned earlier, I think base runners will be at a premium for both sides today. Avoiding walks and errors could be a major key to victory for either side.
Ben Brown falls behind 3-0. Fastball for strike 1. And Brown with the 3-1 pitch. One hopper to second base. Davenport to Shepherdson at first. And Brown falls behind 3-0 and gets out of that. So we've got 1 down. Coming to bat for Colchester, the right fielder, Brandon Arell.
Very nice job there by Brown to battle back from the 3-0 count, record an out.
Strike 1. As you said, Mark, with runs probably going to be hard to come by today. Leadoff walks will kill. Huber in the hole. Sets his feet, fires across to Shepherdson. Gets him by a step. 2 down.
Very nice play there by Huber. Showed very nice range and one of the stronger arms in the tournament, I've got to believe.
As I said earlier, Dakota's just a great athlete with some real gifts. Great speed, great arm, just incredible athleticism. Brown gets ahead. First pitch strike.
Starting off speed with a very nice breaking ball.
Ground ball up the middle. Off Huber's glove and into center field. So Ryan Connor trying to get things going for Colchester with a 2-out single up the middle. Coming to the plate for Colchester, Their left fielder, Nick Lamphere. What do you think, Mark? Does Colchester try to make things happen with 2 outs and start the runner here and try to steal a run with 2?
Well, there's a pretty quick
Ground
set
ball
there.
To Huber. Shuffles to Davenport at second. A little quicker than maybe Davenport thought it was coming, but he handles it, and that's the 3rd out. So, at the end of 2, Colchester and Lakes Region, no score. Back at St. Peter's Field, as we head to the top of the 3rd inning, Lakes Region coming to bat. Leading off the top of the 3rd, Lakes Region's 3rd baseman, Seth Berry. First pitch, breaking ball low for ball 1. Sean Callahan towing the rubber for Colchester. Been perfect the first 2 innings, Mark.
Been moving along very quickly. This ball game has 17 pitches through 2 innings for Callahan.
Berry, pop play in the infield. Handled by shortstop Cody Sherrill. 1 down in the top of the 3rd.
One of the keys, I think, for both pitchers getting ahead early in the count, and thus far, both have succeeded in that. Sean Callahan has gone through the first 7 hitters throwing 6 first pitch strikes, or excuse me, 5 out of 7 first pitch strikes, the first 7 hitters here.
Up to the plate for Lakes Region, second baseman Brandon Davenport. Brandon will be entering his senior year at Fulton High School. And fouls it straight back. Lake Region needs a base runner.
Yes, looking to turn that lineup over here as we have 1 out in the top of the 3rd.
Breaking ball in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike. Well, it'll be interesting to see if Lake Region can get a base runner and get Callahan going from the stretch, if that changes some things and how he attacks the zone from there. Pitch is up.
I would certainly expect both sides to be pretty aggressive if they get men on the bases, whether by way of the bunt or the steal, maybe to look to have something happen.
Right now, Lakes Region would just like this to be a walk for Davenport. Callahan comes back, brings the count full at 3-2.
Callahan with confidence in both pitches. Be interesting to see what he goes to here. He's had some Lakes Region's guys fishing on that breaking ball with 2 strikes, so let's see what he does. And it's the breaking ball, fouled off. Good job by Davenport fighting that pitch off, staying alive. Thought he might come with it there. I wouldn't be surprised for him to go back fastball here, but a very nice job by Davenport to foul that pitch off. Tough pitch.
Davenport pulls it foul down the 3rd baseline.
Really nice at bat here by Brandon. He's fouled 3 pitches off thus far. He's worked the count very well.
Waiting on deck for Lakes Region is their center fielder, Ryan Darling. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Davenport fouls it off again. 4 foul balls in this at bat.
One of the things you have to like about this as well, Eric, is later in the game, as you get second, third time through the order, Davenport has seen a lot of pitches, and I can't help but think that might help him later on.
Callahan from the full. Another foul ball by Davenport. Staying alive. And seeing this many pitches also helps his teammates too.
Oh, for
They
sure.
get a feel and for what's going on and what pitches he's looking to throw in certain situations. So Callahan again. 3-2. And he fools him. Ball in the dirt, blocked nicely. Swinging strike 3, throw down to first. After a good at bat by Davenport, Callahan finally wins the battle.
I think that might have been a changeup down in the dirt, Eric. Coach Mungin mentioned Callahan features 3 pitches, has confidence in all 3. after a fastball curveball at bat. Looked like he might have gone to the change there on the 3-2.
It's 4 strikeouts for Callahan through 2 2/3. At bat now for Lakes Region, their center fielder Ryan Darling. Darling getting ready to enter his junior year at Mill River Union High School. Callahan pops it out to right field. Over
well
the
hit.
head. It's in the alley out there. Darling hits second, heading to 3. Here comes the relay. Slides in head first. Ball gets away at third, but not far enough. And Lakes Region's number 9 hitter, Ryan Darling, with a 2-out triple to right.
Very nice job of hitting by Darling as he drove the ball deep the opposite field.
And as you said, Mark, now they've turned over the order. And Huber, Lakes Region's leadoff batter, comes to the plate with 2 outs.
And aside from being good with the bat, Huber's got such great speed. A seemingly routine ground ball in the infield could be an adventure here.
Callahan going from the stretch. Huber fooled by the curveball. Goes around. Falls behind 0-1. Pitch to Huber. Another breaking ball down and away. Huber swings and misses, and he's in a hole. 0-2. Callahan comes to the set, the pitch. Huber lays off curveball in the dirt. Good block behind the plate by Rutland.
Be interesting to see if Callahan stays with the off speed here or tries to sneak one by him.
A 1-2 pitch. Another off-speed pitch in the dirt, and another good block by Rutland. Count evens at 2-2. Those are important blocks behind the plate by Rutland with a runner on third and 2 outs. Curveball, Huber frozen at the plate, called strike 3. Callahan picks up his 5th strikeout of the game. And at the end of 2.5, still no score. Back at St. Peter's Field, we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. No score, Lakes Region versus Colchester.
The game moving along at a very brisk pace right now. Good pitching both ways, and we've seen some nice defense as well, Eric.
Ben Brown back on the hill for Lakes Region. And at the plate for Colchester, their center fielder, Cassidy Moore. As we talked about in the last inning, Mark, this is the number 9 batter for Colchester, so they'll be turning over the order and getting to see Brown for a second time.
As always, when you start the inning off in the 9-hole, very important to record the first out. Kind of sets the tone for the inning.
Absolutely. Brown delivers a 1-1 pitch. Strike 2. Fastball. Thank you. The pitch. Ooh. Just a bit outside.
A little Bob Euchre there by Eric. Nicely done.
Count evens at 2. Brown's pitch to Moore. Breaking ball away.
You know, it's only the 3rd inning here, but very important pitch right here. Important to record the out with the leadoff batter of the inning here.
The pitch. Strike 3. Moore frozen at the plate by Brown.
Big pitch there by Ben Brown, a fastball over the outer part. Very nice location.
First strikeout of the day for Brown, and we get back to the top of the order for Colchester. Shortstop Cody Sharrow. First pitch strike.
Sherrill flew to Darling in center field to lead off the first inning for the Cannons. Now a second time up.
Ground ball foul down the third base line.
Brown promptly jumps ahead 0-2.
And I got to think what we hear about Sherrill, this is a guy you want to keep off the base paths.
Certainly runs very well.
If you're Lake Region. Off-speed pitch in the dirt from Brown. Sherrill lays off. Count goes 1-2. Sherrill frozen. Brown again working the outside part of the plate for his second strikeout of the inning.
End of the game.
And 2 quick outs for Lake Region. Step into the plate. Sean Callahan, Colchester's pitcher. Single up the middle. That's his second hit of the day. He doubled his first at-bat on a fly ball to deep center that tipped off the glove of Lakes Region center fielder Ryan Darling. But Callahan reaches with 2 outs.
And some good speed aboard here for Colchester as we get to Josh Ryland in the 3-hole.
Ryland last time grounded to third, and Lakes Region third baseman checked Callahan back to second. Ended up making a late throw, but still was able to get Callahan going back to the bag.
One thing I noticed watching Ben Brown out there, does a very nice job of getting the ball to the plate quickly. Could serve to deter the running game a little bit here, perhaps.
Mark, if you're coaching right now, your pitcher is on first base with 2 outs. Do you send him?
Not knowing his speed, and I think it would be very tempting for Coach Munchen here because you've got a very good bat at the plate. You're the 3-hole in the order. If he's thrown out, you start at 3, which isn't necessarily a bad spot. And if you get him to second, a base hit's probably going to play to run.
Does the fact that he's your pitcher play into that decision?
Unfortunately, I think that it probably does here. And we have a lot of ball game left. I think if the game were in its later stages, you might see something a little bit different.
Brown's pitch. Nice play by Beaven. Throws down behind. Callahan dives into the back of the bag and beats Shepherdson's tag.
Very nice play by Beaven there.
It was a nice play. Jumped out, got that ball in front, was able to field it clean and throw behind the runner. Callahan gets back in. Brown toes the rubber. 2-1 pitch. Inside.
Just don't know in some of these 3-ball, 1-strike counts if Coach Munchen might start the runner here and maybe more run and hit than hit and run.
Brown's pitch. Davenport drifts into the hole. Fields throws to Shepherdson at first. Nice play by Brandon Davenport to end the bottom of the third. So, at the end of 3, still no score. And back to St. Peter's Field. Colchester Cannons taking on Lakes Region. We head to the top of the 4th inning. Eric Ramey alongside Mark Lambert. And leading off the top of the 4th for Lakes Region, their number 2 batter, Justin Owen. Sean Callahan delivers. His first pitch is outside, ball 1. It's marked through 3. Callahan pitch count.
Callahan's at 36 right now, and Ben Brown 34. Both very economical thus far.
Fouled off at the plate by Owen. Count evens up at 1-1.
Both pitchers here, Eric, throwing a large percentage of strikes, fairly high percentage of strikes early in the count. First pitch strikes, Callahan was 6 for 10 thus far, and Ben Brown at 67% with 8 for 12.
Slow breaking curveball to Owen, drops in for strike 2. Hanging curveball, bounced to second base, fielded there nicely, flipped to first for the first out.
Owen showing some good speed there, getting down the line, making that fairly interesting at first base, probably out by a step or so.
Come to play for Lakes Region, their number 3 hitter and their top hitter this season, Sean Shepherdson. Lakes Region's lone base runner came last inning on a 2-out triple by Ryan Darling, but he was stranded at third, so Lakes Region has to try to find a way to get to Callahan. Fouled off. Right side, out of play.
Shepherdson with some pretty good power at the plate, Eric. I remember seeing him last year hit a ball up into the screen at Bennington against Tyler Kunzman, very talented pitcher, and has done a very nice job this summer facing some pretty good pitching.
Sean getting ready to begin his senior year at Poultney High School. 3-sport athlete down there.
I think he'll be in quest of 1,000 points during this upcoming basketball season. I think it's well within reach if he continues at his current pace.
Been a starter there at the point for his first 3 years.
And pretty good football player as well.
Catcher Jared Rutland makes a quick trip to the mound. Gets back behind the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. Callahan's pitch to Shepherdson. Ground ball, second base. Diving play at second from his back. Pulls him off at first. Shepherdson hustles down the line. Throw pulls the first baseman off. Shepherdson reaches. And Lakes Region has a base runner with 1 out.
As you mentioned, Eric, Sean got down the line very well there. Despite a nice play, safe at first with an infield single, and now with some speed on the bases. Let's see if anything happens for Lakes Region.
Throw over to first by Callahan. Shepherdson back safely, stepping to the plate for Lakes Region. Catcher Dylan Beaven. Curveball stays up. That was a great play by second baseman Josh Ryland. Keep that ball in the infield. Tried to make the throw from his back, but pulled the first baseman off to the inside. Throw to first. Shepherdson steps back.
Base umpire Larry Riegert signaling the first baseman was off the bag, but I'm not so sure he didn't beat that out anyway. I don't think the throw was in time. Valiant effort, though.
Callahan's pitch.
There he goes.
Shepherdson's on the move. Throw to second. Short hop handled by Shero. Applies the tag to Shepherdson. Called out for the second out of the inning. Lakes Region coach Bob Godlewski not happy with that call. Thinks Shepherdson got in under the short hop tag.
Well, it did appear, Eric, on the short hop that the ball came up, as did the glove, and I think that Coach Godlewski may have a legitimate complaint there.
Now 2 outs, Beaven at the plate. Fouled off down the first baseline. I think we saw a little bit there of what to expect when teams can get guys on base with less than 2 outs.
Certainly, I think that's certainly a very, very prudent move to start the runner.
Curveball. Beaven, center, drive to center field. Hits and sticks, bounces by the center fielder. Beaven checks up at first.
And how big is that play at second base now, Eric?
Now that's a big play. Now that caught stealing is a big play. So a 2-out single by Dylan Beaven gives Lakes Region a chance. Runner on first, 2 outs. Coming to the plate for Lakes Region, pitcher Ben Brown looking to help himself here. First pitch, fastball, strike 1.
Looked like that Beaven base hit was a result of a hanging breaking ball. Did a nice job of jumping on it and driving it with some authority to center field.
0-1 pitch. Check swing at the plate, fouled off by Brown. And Brown's in the hole, 0-2. Callahan comes set, 0-2 pitch, down in the dirt, blocked by Rutland.
Looked like that might have been another changeup, Eric.
The 1-2. Breaking ball in the dirt. Brown lays off. Count evens at 2-2.
Nice plate discipline by Brown, laying off 2 pitches down in the dirt.
Brown heading to Coker College in the fall, Division II school in South Carolina. Brown, fly ball, right center field. Right fielder Brandon Orell drifts underneath, makes the catch for out number 3 in the top of the 4th. So at the end of 3.5, still no score. Back to St. Peter's Field for the bottom of the 4th inning. Colchester Cannons taking on Lakes Region in the first round of the 2013 American Legion Baseball State Championship Series. Batting for Colchester, second time, is their third baseman Zach Tandy. Tandy's first at bat grounded out to shortstop to end the first. Ben Brown still on the mound for Lakes Region. And his first pitch is a ball inside. Breaking ball away. Brown falls behind 2-0.
Kind of had the thought going into this game, Eric, that maybe the first team to 3 would stand a great shot of winning. It might not even be that high.
May not. It may not be. There's a fastball for strike 1. The 2-1 pitch from Brown. Fastball on the outside corner, strike 2.
He's making his living with the fastball over the outer part of the plate.
He sure is. Count evens up. 2-2. Brown's pitch, breaking ball, fouled off. And Tandy stays alive. Brown's pitch, breaking ball down and away, gets Tandy chasing. That's Brown's third strikeout, all coming in the last 2 innings. Coming to bat for Colchester, their catcher, number 23, Jared Rutland. Rutland grounded out to second his last at bat.
And actually, the last at bat, Brown did a great job of coming from behind in the count, 3-0, to record the out against Rutland. Not having that problem here as he jumps ahead with the first pitch strike.
Ground ball through the second base hole into right field by Rutland. And Colchester has a base runner with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. So Rutland's had a good game. He made 2 big blocks on balls in the dirt with a runner on third for Lakes Region in the top of the 3rd. Now he gets a single. Squares to bunt. Bunts down the third baseline. Fielded by Barry. Throws to first. Sacrifice bunt. Put down by Brandon Orell.
A good rotation there by the Lakes Club, making sure third base was covered. Make sure the runner didn't wheel around from first to third. Tells you something about the way the game has been played thus far, Eric. Coach Mungen electing to bunt with 1 out. Just wants to get a shot with somebody in scoring position here.
Absolutely. And coming to the bat right now with 2 outs for Colchester is their first baseman, Ryan Connor. Pickoff play at second. Rutland dives back in safely.
And Connor with a base hit to center field in his first at bat. Darling really up the middle as he holds the runner at second.
Brown's
Or
pitch.
excuse me,
Fastball inside part of the plate. Strike one.
Davenport, that is, holding the runner at second.
Fastball up in the zone, gets it by him. Brown out in front. 0-2.
Looked like pretty good velocity on that pitch.
Fastball up. Connor lays off it this time. One and two. Brown comes set. Checks the runner. Delivers. Foul ball off the top of the first base dugout. Connor just fighting that one off.
Kind of looked like one of my 7-irons there, Eric. A shank to the right.
Golf game's that good, huh, Mark?
At least it's consistent.
Brown comes set. The 1-2 pitch. Connor fights it off again. Bounces it foul to the backstop.
Brown almost had that one by him.
Here we are, 2 outs. Bottom of the fourth. Colchester threatening with a runner in scoring position at second. Brown's pitch. Fools him. Drops it in. Strike 3 looking. And at the end of 4, still no score. Back at St. Peter's Field, we head to the top of the 5th inning. Lakes Region taking on the Colchester Cannons. So far, Lakes Region has 3 hits, left 2 runners on base, have not been able to push anyone across. Stepping to the plate for Lakes Region is their left fielder, Colin Gilbert. John Callahan's first pitch is in for a strike. Callahan drops a curveball in for strike 2. The 0-2 pitch is away. 1-2. One-two curveball in the dirt, handled by Rylant, tags Gilbert out. Gilbert strikes out for the 2nd time, and that's 6 strikeouts on the day for Sean Callahan. Stepping to the plate for Lake Region is their 3rd baseman, Seth Berry.
Berry with a nice play on the bunt last inning to record the out. Now seeing if he can do it with the bat.
We're a ways away from home plate, Mark, but Callahan doesn't seem to have the same pop on that fastball that he had.
No, he seems to have lost a little bit of velocity here as we have gotten into the 5th inning.
As we say that, he puts 2 fastballs by Berry, but still looks like they may be a little bit off it, and be interesting to see how he mixes his pitches. He still has command of the zone.
One thing I've been impressed with as he gets ahead, when he has missed with his fastball, he's missed off the plate, and he seems to have done a nice job of hitting the glove. I wouldn't be surprised to see him come back off speed here.
1-2 pitch. Quick a change-up down.
Good hold by Berry.
Berry stays off it. Evens the count at 2-2. Callahan's pitch, curveball, inside corner. Berry frozen.
Certainly a pleasure to watch these 2 pitchers at work, Eric. Both guys with great command of the zone, ability to throw various pitches for strikes.
Stepping to the plate for Lakes Region is Brandon Davenport. Davenport had a great at-bat his first time up where he fouled off 4 or 5 pitches. He starts this at-bat with a foul ball into the backstop. And Callahan gets ahead, 0-1.
Yes, his first at-bat, 10-pitch at-bat, saw a lot of pitches, did a little bit to up that pitch count in a 9-inning game. That's extremely important.
Pitch down. Evens the count at 1-1. Callahan has been in control the whole way. 14 outs recorded so far. Half of them have been via the strikeout. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball up. Callahan falls behind 2-1. And then this is an important at bat for Davenport. If he can get on, number 9 batter comes up, and at worst, the next inning, Lakes Region comes around the third time through the order with Huber leading it off. Davenport, sharp single into left center field. Moore drifts over into the gap, cuts it off, fires it in, and Davenport having some good hacks up there today. Second time through, singles to left center.
Been very impressed with Davenport at the plate. The other thing you mentioned, bringing the 9-hitter up, that 9-hitter Ryan Darling last at bat tripled to right, so the hit here would go a long way toward turning around for the top and fighting an opportunity to score a couple runs.
Like Mark said, his last bat for Darling, he drove the ball over the right fielder's head for a 2-out triple. And I got to think Lake Region coach Bob Godlewski would like to see a little bit of the same right here. Callahan checks Davenport at first for a second time. He dives back in safely.
Looks like the outfield playing slightly deeper than they did for his first at bat.
Callahan, first pitch breaking ball away for ball 1.
That curveball, though it has some very nice depth to it, seems to be hanging up a little bit more than it was early in the game, Eric.
Another check on Davenport at first, and another. Lakes Region coach Bob Godlewski asked for time, calls Darling down to have a conference.
And as that's going on, first base coach Matt Paz, recent graduate of Castleton State College, chatting at first with Davenport, making sure he's apprised of the situation, everyone's on the same page.
Darling steps back into the box. Callahan comes set. Pitch, ground ball up the middle to Sherrill, fields it himself, steps on the bag at second for the third out. And at the end of the top of the 5th, still no score. Back at St. Peter's Field, we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Lakes Region versus the Colchester Cannons. Stepping to the plate for Colchester is their left fielder, Nick Lamphere. Lamphere last time had a fielder's choice to shortstop, which ended the bottom of the 2nd inning. Ben Brown still on the mound for Lakes Region. Heads into the bottom of the 5th.
49 pitches thus far for Brown. He's been pounding the strike zone. Of those 49, now 50, 35 for strikes.
First pitch, foul ball, straight back. Gets a piece of home plate umpire Joe Fisher. Joe, I think, was looking for somebody to talk to anyways, Mark. He wanted to head out and get himself back together and see how Ben Brown was feeling.
Yes, for those of us that know Joe, never at a loss for words and never going to turn down conversation. Having a pretty nice game behind the plate thus far.
And Brown delivers. The 0-1. Called strike 2. Brown seems to have settled in really nice, Mark. 4 strikeouts on the game. All 4 coming in the last 2 innings. Leader out in front, fair ball, fielded by Beaven, throwing to first to Shepherdson for the first out.
Brown has done a nice job of settling in. We talk oftentimes about second, third time through the lineup and hitters becoming more acclimated to a pitcher, but I think it works in the other way as well. And Brown, after seeing the hitters one time through the order, has made some nice adjustments, has hit his spots well, and has been extremely effective here.
Stepping in for Colchester, their center fielder Cassidy Moore. Moore struck out looking his first at bat. Brown's first pitch is up for ball 1. Brown up again, falls behind 2-0. And you never want to walk the number 9 hitter. So let's see what
here's a conference.
Godlewski asked for time. heads to the mound.
This game thus far, Eric, very reminiscent of the first ball game. Maybe not the firepower in terms of the number of strikeouts we've seen, but a very good, crisp game. Pitchers around the plate, solid defense being played, and base runners certainly at a premium. As we're in the bottom of the fifth here, still no score.
Godlewski appears to be talking to Brown about his mechanics after the last two pitches. Really, the first two pitches that Brown has missed that badly the whole day.
Yes, he's been very sharp today.
As always, St. Peter's Field looks tremendous. Their crew always ready to host such a tournament, and the guys have this place looking great today.
They certainly do, Eric.
Brown's 2-0 pitch. Check swing. Appeal to first. He did not go. Brown falls behind, 3-0.
Second 3-0 count of the day for Brown. Last time it was to Jared Rutland, and he came back and recorded it out after going full.
And he loses him 4 straight balls. First walk of the day for Brown. First walk of the game for either pitcher.
And here we are at the top of the order with Cody Sherrill. Struck out looking at a fastball away his last time. Flew out to center in the first inning. Certainly one of Colchester's top hitters here.
Brown gets ahead of Sherrill. First pitch strike. Ball bounced away from Bevan behind the plate, but no advance by the runner. So what do you think, Mark? Here we are, bottom of the fifth, runner on first, 1 out, leadoff batter at the plate. Do you get the runner going?
I don't know that Coach Munchen will start the runner right here. If he gets the 2 outs and the number 2 hitter up, I would guess he might do that. I think he just wants to be a little cautious about taking the bat out of Sherrill's hands in this situation.
Brown's pitch. Fouled off to the third base side by Sherrill.
One thing, as we mentioned earlier, Ben Brown very quick to the plate and throwing the ball with very good velocity, so he certainly would be able to give his catcher an opportunity to make a play at second.
After a 4-pitch walk to Moore, he comes back and gets ahead of Sherrill 0-2. Sherrill yanks it foul down the left field line.
Just a little bit early on that, probably one of the better swings we have seen this afternoon as Sherrill turned aggressively on the ball.
Brown appears to want to go inside on Sherrill. Last 2 pitches that have been fouled off have been there. Let's see what he does here. Goes away from him. Throw down to first. Moore dives back in safely.
Last at bat, he went away from him to record the strikeout. Wonder if he will do the same, try to spot that fastball. It looks like he was off speed there.
Brown checks the runner back to first. Moore dives back in again safely.
Certainly very cognizant of the runners and doing a nice job of neutralizing the running game here.
Brown comes set. 1-2 pitch. Sherrill goes down and gets it. Fouls it off again down the left field line.
Sherrill looks much more comfortable early on that outside, or on the inside pitch than the one away from him. A couple nice swings on the foul balls down the line.
If Brown can get Sherrill here, this would be a big out. Brown set, time called by Sherrill at the plate, steps out. A little bit of a chess match going on now.
Yes, it is.
Brown comes set. And he gets the fastball by Sherrill. Big strikeout by Ben Brown.
Very big out there for Lakes Region.
That's the second out of the inning. 5th strikeout on the day for Brown. Coming to the plate for Colchester, their pitcher, Sean Callahan. Callahan 2 for 2 on the day. Double in the first and a single in the third. Brown's pitch inside, gets away from Bevan, gets to the backstop. Moore moves up to second. Right now, Callahan looking for that third hit of the day to drive in the first run of the game.
Certainly a big opportunity. We haven't seen many players reach scoring position today.
Brown comes set. Pitches up. Falls behind 2-0. Callahan chases a pitch out of the zone, helps Brown out there.
That pitch did look down and away, but Brown's got such tremendous movement. Looked like it started in the zone and moved out of it.
Brown comes set, the 2-1 on the outside part. Evens the count, 2-2. Brown set. Callahan fouls a pitch off, stay alive at the plate. Not the biggest crowd in the world here today, Mark, but I'm sure as this tournament moves on to Friday, Saturday, and through the weekend, that these crowds will get much bigger.
I would think so, Eric. The thing that's difficult is a midweek game, end of the week game, weekday, 2 o'clock start. Difficult for a lot of people to make the drive.
2-2 pitch by Brown, just misses on the inside part of the plate. To Callahan, the count goes full.
Did not miss by much there, a little bit inside perhaps.
Brown comes set, 3-2 pitch. Ground ball through the hole into left field. Gilbert comes up, Fields' throw is cut off. Moore comes around from second. Callahan helps himself with his third hit of the game, drives in the first run of the game, and Colchester takes a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the fifth.
Good piece of hitting by Callahan. Fouled off a pitch down in the count and was able to come through and single one through the left side.
Stepping to the plate now for Colchester, their second baseman Josh Rutland. Fouls a pitch off down the third baseline. Well, Sean Callahan has been the man for Colchester.
He has done a nice job on the mound. 3 for 3 at the plate, RBI hit. Wonder if Coach Mungin would be tempted to send him at all here.
Rutland ground ball to Huber. Comes up, handcuffs him. Not able to make a play. Looks like it got him on the thumb. Colchester now with runners on first and second with 2 outs in the bottom of the fifth. And I got to think they like having their number 4 hitter come to the plate right here.
Yes, and a veteran it is, and Zach Tandy, a member of the state championship teams in 09 and 2011 for Coach Mungin's Cannons. Huge batter here for Brown.
Brown's first pitch fouled off to the backstop, gets out in front, 0-1. And Lake Region needs to make a play right now to get out of this inning. Another ground ball, past third to Huber. Throws across his body to first. Tandy beats it. And here's Colchester with the bases loaded.
Infield hit there, not hit very hard, but very well placed. Really, Huber did a nice job to get the ball and to keep it in the infield, probably saving a run.
So, coming to play for Colchester, Jared Rutland, their catcher. Grounded out at the second baseman his first at-bat. Singled to right his last at-bat. And base hit right here could give Colchester the space they're looking for.
And certainly, and conversely, if Ben Brown can come through and record an out here for Lakes, they've got the top of the order in the top of the 6. Certainly a pivotal moment in the game here, Eric.
Sure is. Brown chooses to go from the full. Strike one, evens up the count.
Nice fastball over the outer part.
Ball gets away. It's coming to the plate. Bevan throws it away. Sending it home. Huber backs up the throw. Throw coming. And Huber on the backup is able to throw out Josh Rutland, trying to score from second on the overthrow. But Colchester adds another run on the wild pitch. So at the end of 5 full, it's Colchester 2, Lakes Region 0. Okay, we're back at St. Peter's Field. We head to the top of the 6th inning. Colchester breaks through in the bottom of the 5th to take a 2-0 lead. Stepping to the plate for Lakes Region, their shortstop Dakota Huber. Huber has struck out his first 2 at bat. One swinging, one looking. And Callahan starts him off with a ball high.
Important for Lakes to get Huber on base. Great speed if he can reach.
Fastball down the pipe. Evens the count at 1-1. Yeah, Lake Region needs some base runners. They really need Huber on. He kind of makes everything go. Huber, ground ball to second base.
Boy, he gets down the line quickly, Eric.
Gets down the line. He sure does. Rutland fields and throws to first for the first out.
Certainly a case of having to know who's running when he is leaving the batter's box.
And that's a big out. That's a big out for Colchester, keeping him off the bases. Stepping to the plate now for Lakes is Justin Owen. Callahan's pitch. Owen, ground ball.
Tough hop. Nice play.
Top hop at first. Fielded nicely by Ryan Connor. Steps on the bag for the second out. So far, quick inning for Callahan here to get the first 2 outs. I'm sure Coach Mungen would like nothing more than get back in and put some more pressure on the Lakes Region's defense and pitcher Ben Brown.
Oh, for sure. As we've been playing 7-inning games throughout much of the Legion season with 9-inning tournament games, pitch counts will certainly become a factor as the game progresses here, Eric.
At bat now for Lakes is Sean Shepardson. Shepardson 1 for 2. Struck out his first time up. Single to right his last time. Actually, an infield hit his last time up. He falls behind 0-2. Callahan jams Shepardson. Fights it off. Stays alive. Callahan looking to make quick work of the 1 through 3 hitters for Lakes Region here in the top of the 6th. Curveball to Shepardson, fouled off down the third baseline.
You mentioned Shepardson's infield single last time. Shortly thereafter, on an attempted steal, called out on a play that drew a little bit of controversy and was followed up by a base hit to center by Dylan Bevan. Probably the best scoring opportunity to date for Lakes.
Callahan's pitch. Change up. Gets Shepardson. And after 5.5, Colchester 2, Lakes Region 0. Okay, we head to the bottom of the 6th inning here at St. Peter's Field. First round games of the 2013 American Legion Baseball Championship Series. Colchester Cannons scored 2 in the bottom of the 5th to take a 2-0 lead over Lakes Region. Back on the mound for Lakes Region is right-hander Ben Brown.
Just an update from Castleton State College. The Rutland game over there, scoreless in the 7th.
Jared Rutland back at the plate for Colchester. He was there to end the last inning on a bases loaded wild pitch, scored a run, but on an overthrow back to the plate, Colchester sent the runner from second home too. He was thrown out at the plate to end the inning. So Rutland back in the box to start the bottom of the sixth.
Head ahead in the count, 2-0 here as we begin the sixth inning.
Brown's been good today. A little bit unlucky last inning. Had a 1-out walk. And then
a walk, then he got the second out via a strikeout and base hit to left.
Base hit to left by Sean Callahan, Colchester's pitcher, who's 3 for 3 today. And then an error, which would have got them out of the inning. And then an infield hit, and then the wild pitch. Brown's been around the zone all day long, 5 strikeouts, just the 1 walk, and just one earned run today.
And this has been the story much of the year for Brown. A very good ERA, has not surrendered many hits nor many base runners, but has not gotten the best run support when he's been on the hill thus far. Big pitch here, 3-2.
Fouled off by Rutland, stays alive. Mark, how do coaches look at their pitching as they head into this tournament? How important is getting the win in the first game they play?
I think getting the first win is huge. You want to get in that winner's bracket. Once you get into the loser's bracket, you're going to really tax your arms in order to get out of it. And I think that though that was a wonderful game to watch earlier here this morning and afternoon, 13 innings, and if you're Bennington, your ace, Tyler Kunzman, going 12, he's out of the equation for the next few days here.
Yeah, 12 innings by Kunzman, 180 pitches. Huber drifts up the middle, bobbles it, picks it up, throws to first. Rutland beats it out. Good hustle down the line by Rutland. Still close. Huber knocked it down, was able to pick it up, make the throw, but Rutland beats it out.
Now Brandon Errol, 304 on the season, steps in. I would not be at all surprised to see Coach Mungen perhaps put a bunt play on here.
I think right now Colchester has to look to pad the lead as when they can, when they have those opportunities, because Lakes Region hasn't had much success at all trying to score runs today.
Oh, it hit him.
Brown drills him. Fastball inside. Burrell wears it well. Heads to first.
Interestingly enough, you mentioned the importance of getting in the winner's bracket. I guess the one thing that would be worse than throwing your ace 12 innings and not having him would be throwing him 12 innings and then being in the loser's bracket.
Yeah, I think you're right on that. So, bottom of the sixth. Colchester threatening again, runners on first and second, nobody out, an error to start the inning for Lakes Region, then a hit batsman. Now the bunt, sacrifice back to Brown at the mound, he fields, throws to Shepherdson at first to record the first out. But Colchester now with runners on second and third and just one out.
And with 1 out here, certainly need to be aware of a squeeze, whether it is a safety or a sacrifice. That's one of the things Colchester prides themselves in, is playing a little bit of small ball. And I would not be at all surprised to see a bunt put down here.
Coach Godlewski brings his infield in. Got his middle infielders up on the edge of the grass. First pitch to left fielder Nick Lamphere, swings and misses. Brown gets ahead. Colchester base runners taking their signs. Ground ball to Huber, short, comes up, fires home, and gets him.
Nice play by Huber, throws a strike to the plate.
Nice play by Huber, bounces back after the error to start the inning. Cuts the runner down at the plate. Now, Colchester runners first and third, but 2 outs.
Difficult situation here for Lakes Region, down in the score 2-0. If the runner takes off, Eric, are you in any position at all to throw through and jeopardize that third run crossing?
Well, I'll tell you from my perspective, Mark, I'm looking at the lineup, and I think that former Vermont Gatorade Player of the Year Cody Sherrill's on deck, number 9 hitter at the plate. I'm probably going to give that runner second base and hope I can get this guy out.
I can't say that I disagree.
Good pitch by Brown, gets the outside corner, jumps ahead 0-1. So, yeah, I don't think you give a Division I college baseball player who's the former Player of the Year a chance to hurt us. Ground ball single up the middle, though, by Cassidy Moore. Drives in another run for Colchester.
A big hit there for Moore, and as you mentioned, Eric, this turns the lineup over for Cody Sherrill. And as this is going on, we have Ben Brown closing in on 100 pitches here. So Brandon Arell came around to score the third run. He got on after being hit by a pitch earlier in the inning. And now Sherrill comes to the plate with 2 outs and runners on first and second. Time called at the plate. That would be time, sir.
Brown's pitch to Sherrill. Grabs the outside part of the plate for a strike. Sherrill, line drive to center. Grabbed by Darling to end the inning. But Colchester adds a run in the bottom of the 6th on a 2-out single by number 9 batter Cassidy Moore. And at the end of 6, Colchester 3, Lakes Region 0. Back at St. Peter's Field for the top of the 7th inning. Stepping to the plate for Lakes Region, their catcher, number 12, Dylan Bevan. Sean Callahan has been the man today for Colchester, Mark. He heads into the 7th inning. Only given up 4 hits, struck out 8.
He's got that curveball working. A nice one there.
Curveball is still his pitch. Gets ahead 0-1. Bevan's third time to the plate. He grounded out to shortstop and singled to center field his last at bat. Curveball stays up for ball 1.
Very impressed with both of the pitchers today, Eric. 2 of the teams probably with the greatest pitching depth in the tournament.
Callahan spikes that one. Bevan jumps ahead in the count, 2-1. Lakes Region really needs to try to generate some offense here. They got to get some people on base and try to put some pressure on the Colchester defense.
All right, as you say that, Callahan comes back with a fastball over the outer part. Nice pitch.
The 2-2 pitch by Callahan. Bevan chases up out of the zone. 9th strikeout of the day for Callahan. And we've got 1 down in the top of the 7th.
Interesting anecdote about Callahan, Coach Mungin shared earlier. Said Callahan started with the junior Colchester Cannons. He was 5'2", 120 pounds, threw maybe 70 miles an hour. Let's work hard, grown into his body, and made something of himself here. Ben Brown, hard ground ball to shortstop. Picked up nicely by Cody Sherrill. Fires to first for the 2nd out of the inning. That's the 2nd time Ben Brown's put a good swing on the ball. Lined out last time to right, and now a sharply hit ball to short.
And Callahan has been very efficient the last 2 innings. Gets back to the top of the Lakes Region order sees them for the 3rd time, and he's made quick work of them.
He has, and one of the things, as you know, Eric, about pitching with a lead, the last thing you want to do is enable the offense. by walking guys and putting people on base unnecessarily.
And no walks today for Callahan. Colin Gilbert steps to the plate. After a first pitch strike, that pitch is a ball. It's 1-1. Gilbert struck out swinging both times today. Oh, and the slow breaking ball for Callahan. Gilbert falls behind 1-2.
It does look like he throws his curveball two different ways. He has one that throws throwing a little harder, and then that slow, loopy breaking ball we just saw there.
The 1-2 pitch to Gilbert. Strike 3, freezes him with a fastball in the outside part. And at the end of 6.5, Colchester still in command with a 3-0 lead. And we're back at St. Peter's Field. Bottom of the 7th inning, Colchester Cannons taking on the Lakes Region in the 2013 American Legion State Championship Series. Coming to the plate for Colchester, their pitcher, Sean Callahan. Callahan 3 for 3 at the plate today with an RBI. He's been stellar on the mound. Ben Brown still battling out there for Lakes Region. He returns out there for his 7th inning of work. Brown so far coming into the innings, 93 pitches through 6, gave up 7 hits, walked 1, hit a batter to go along with his 5 strikeouts. He jumps out in front of Callahan 0-2 and,
he hit him.
And hits him on an 0-2 fastball. Not the way Lakes Region wanted to start this inning.
No. And though Callahan was 3 for 3 coming into the at-bat, up in the count 0-2, certainly was not looking to hit him there.
Nope. Brown has been trying to come inside with 2 strikes on just about everybody today, and seems to have lost a little bit of his command as we move into the later stages of this game. I think he was just trying to get him to move his feet a little bit and then maybe go away from him. But nonetheless, he plunks him. Callahan heads to first base. Stepping to the plate for Colchester, their second baseman, Josh Rutland. First at bat for Rutland today was a fielder's choice. Fielder's choice hit to the third baseman, then he grounded out to the second. Got on his last at bat on an error at shortstop. Brown comes back inside, ball 1.
One thing we didn't talk about earlier, Eric, I believe this might be the 3rd consecutive year these two teams have met early in the tournament. So a little bit of familiarity there.
Ground ball. Huber dives in the hole, knocks it down. Can't make the play. Infield single for Rutland. Puts runners on first and second with no one out. Coming to the plate for Colchester, their cleanup hitter, third baseman Zach Tandy.
Tandy, the projected starter in either game 2 or 3 for the Cannons. I would assume they would go with Tandy and probably McAllister in one order or another for the next couple of games.
Brown comes set. Pitch fouled off. Behind first base, Sean Shepherdson drifts behind to make the play. And Tandy pops out to first for the first out of the inning. That's a big out for Brown.
Very big out. I'm very impressed with the way Brown is battling here today.
Jared Rutland now coming to the plate for Colchester. Grounded out to second his first time up. Singled to right field his next at bat and got on an error. His last at bat, last inning to lead off the inning. Came around to actually was gunned out at the plate by Huber for the second out of the last inning. Brown sweeping curveball for a strike. Rutland sharp single to right. It's a relay, throw to the plate. Run scores safely. Runners move up to second and third. So Jared Rutland with a single to right field, drives home a run. The relay throw to the plate gets away from the catcher. Runners move up. And Colchester back in business again with runners on second and third, 1 out. Bottom of the 7th, up 4-0. Brown with a snag, throws home, gets away. Coach Godlewski doesn't seem to think that the runner coming home touched the plate. He's out appealing to no avail. So Colchester pushes home another run. Jumps out 5-0 here in the bottom of the 7th.
That's big. You've got to think 5, the way Callahan's throwing looks pretty good right now, though stranger things have happened.
It's a funny game sometimes.
First game we were scoreless through 12, and then Montpelier plated a run in the 13th, and Bennington was down at their last bullet a couple of times, and then pushed across 2 to win it.
Brown's pitch, another single to right field. Scores another run. And it seems as though Colchester has gotten to Brown.
Yes, this is a very good hitting club, and you look at what they have faced during the season up north. Some very good arms, especially from Addison, Montpelier, Essex, and they are locked in at the moment.
So, 1 out, bottom of the 7th. Colchester looking to score some more. Runners on first and second. Stepping to the plate, Nick Lamphere for Colchester. Lamphere 0 for 3 so far today. Brown gets him to swing and miss. Brown comes set. Pitch in the dirt, gets away from Bevan, bounces back. No play. Both runners move up. And Lakes Region has to bring the infield in again. Already down 6-0 here. Can't afford to give up anymore. Brown goes from the full. His pitch. Gets Lamphere to chase. Evens the count 2-2. And Brown needs a big pitch right here. And he gets it.
Nice pitch.
That's a big out for Brown. Gets Lamphere swinging for the second out here in the bottom of the 7th. And coming to the plate, number 9 hitter Cassidy Moore. Moore with a big 2-out single last time to drive in the 3rd run of the game for Colchester. And he will look to do it again here with 2 outs. He fouls the ball off to the right side. That one's headed towards the river.
Yes, it is. That one might not be coming back.
Well, there's a gentleman that's pretty determined to go find that. Might want to get the divers ready. That's a mess in there. So here we are again, bottom of the 7th. Colchester runners on second, third, 2 outs. Ben Brown still dealing on the mound. Pitch is down. Ball up. Brown from the full. Ball's away. And loads him up. And coming to the plate again for Colchester, shortstop Cody Sherrill.
Sherrill flew out to end the 6th, represents the ninth hitter to come to the plate here for the Cannons. And it looks like Coach Gajlewski going to the mound.
Brown has battled all day long for Lakes Region. Looks like Gajlewski's going to leave him in.
He actually has had some good success with Sherrill thus far, holding him 0 for 4 on the day with a pair of flyouts to center and a pair of strikeouts.
Brown with 6 strikeouts on the day. He's walked 2, hit 2, but his pitch count is...
It's getting a little elevated. It was 93 coming into the 7th inning, and this is the 9th hitter of the inning.
10 hits so far today for Colchester. Brown gets a ground ball in the hole at short. Huber dives, knocks it down, can't find it. Sending him home, no play. Throw to third. They get the runner heading to third, but 2 more runs pushed across for Colchester. Bumps the lead to 8-0 as we head to the top of the 8th. And we're back at St. Peter's Field heading into the top of the 8th inning. Colchester with a commanding 8-0 lead. And Coach Mungin sends Sean Callahan back to the mound.
Looks like we may have a pinch hitter here for Lakes.
We do. Brett Patterson comes to the plate, pinch hitting for Seth Berry. Let's see how Callahan responds. He led off the last inning and then had to sit for quite a while. So
yes, he did.
Let's see if he comes back out and has the same command that he had. Patterson helps him out a little bit there, chasing a fastball up in the zone. The 1-2 pitch from Callahan to Patterson. Sweeping curveball stays up, 2-2. Patterson ground ball to short. Sherrill stays down, fires across, gets him at first for the first out of the top of the 8th. Sherrill's a good-looking player.
He is very short-handed. We saw some hops in the first game that were a little dicey at short, and he's done a nice job fielding the ball out in front and very accurate throwing it across the diamond.
Stepping to the plate for Lakes Region is Brandon Davenport. Davenport 1 for 2 today. Has struck out his first at-bat after having a great at-bat against Callahan. Fouled off a bunch of pitches, and then in his second at-bat, he singled to left.
Yes, Davenport has looked very good, very comfortable at the plate today. Also applied a nice tag at second base earlier in the game.
Callahan's pitch stays up. Count goes to 2-1. Fastball, center cut. Evens the count at 2-2.
Not sure how your eyes are, Eric, but it looks like there is some action in the Lakes Region bullpen.
Looks like Shepherdson's warming up.
We have Brown at unofficially at 113 pitches thus far through 7.
Brown battled all day long for Lakes Region. Got some unlucky breaks in the middle innings when Colchester got the 3-0 lead, and just kind of seemed as though Colchester figured him out in the 7th.
They did. You've seen Colchester get through their lineup now. They're on the 4th time through the order. Actually,
Actually, they'd be going into their fifth.
Going on the fifth time through the order. They've been through it 4 times already.
Callahan's 2-2 pitch to Davenport. Davenport fights it off, fouls it off down the left field line. Another good at bat by Davenport.
As we've discussed, he's looked very comfortable at the plate against a quality arm today. Wonder if he'll come back with that slow breaking ball here.
Davenport, line single to left. Over the third baseman's head. Another great at bat by Davenport. Gives Lakes Region a runner with 1 out.
A very sharply struck ball by Brandon Davenport.
Stepping to the plate for Lake Region now, Ryan Darling. Darling 1 for 2. He had a 2-out triple in the third for the first hit of the ball game for Lakes Region, and then grounded out to shortstop to end the top of the fifth. Fly ball, center fielder drifts underneath, makes the catch for the second out of the inning. And coming to the plate with 2 outs for Lakes Region, their leadoff man, Dakota Huber. Huber's had a tough day today. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts, ground out to second base, and had a couple errors at shortstop. And he's been tested all day long. They've been moving him around. He's had to go up the middle and field balls, and in the hole and field balls, and he's had some balls that were hit right at him crisply that ate him up. Huber single to right field. Davenport's moving. Davenport slides headfirst into third. And Lake Region has something going here.
Runners at the corners here for Lakes Region with 2 outs here in the 8th inning. Just getting word, Eric, from Castleton that game is now scoreless in the 10th inning, Rutland and Essex.
Runs are hard to come by in this Legion tournament.
Certainly on day 1 with the aces on the hill.
Certainly on day 1 with the aces on the hill. Here Colchester is pitching a shutout at Lakes Region right now, but the first game here today was 0-0 into the 13th inning before Montpelier scored a run in the top half, and then Bennington post 13 came back and scored 2 in the bottom half of the 13th. They were down to their last strike in that game, had 2 outs and nobody on, and they rallied. Had a walk-off hit to score 2. Huber moves up to second base. Ball in the dirt. Davenport coming home. He scores the first run of the game for Lakes Region. So Lake Region gets on the board here in the top of the 8th inning. Wild pitch in the dirt on a pitch to Justin Owen. And Lake Region finally hangs a number on the board. As I was saying before, Huber moved up to second on defensive indifference, and now he advances to third on the wild pitch. Justin Owen at the plate here for Lakes Region, 0 for 3 so far. Ground out to back to the pitcher, ground out to second, and he grounded out unassisted to the first baseman as well. So with 2 innings to go, Lakes Region certainly wants to score some runs and try to build some momentum as they go into the games throughout the rest of the tournament. Owen ground ball to second base, mishandled by Rutland. Owen beats it out. Huber comes across, and Lake Region cuts the lead to 6. First error of the day for Colchester, Mark.
Yes, they've played very cleanly here until the 8th inning. Good job by Lakes Region of putting a few balls in play here. Started with Davenport and a sharply struck ball to left. Then Huber's base hit to right with the runner in motion. Wild pitch, and now an E4, and it's 8-2.
Ooh, and Godlucci's got him running. Throw is wide. Owen steals second. And Lakes Region with another runner in scoring position. With their best hitter at the plate, Sean Shepardson steps in. Sean is 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. But right now, Lakes Region would like nothing more than a single and keep this inning going. Callahan gets one past him. Oh-2 pitch coming from Callahan. And he gets him swinging at a curveball. But in the top of the 8th, Lake Region does push 2 runs across, cuts the lead to 8-2 as we get ready to head to the bottom of the 8th. Back at St. Peter's Field, we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Some defensive changes for Lakes Region. Sean Shepardson moves from first base to the mound to pitch the bottom of the 8th. Colin Gilbert moves from left field to first base. And Alex Jacobowski comes in to left field, replacing Ben Brown in the 5 position of the Lakes Region order. Also, Brett Patterson stays in at third base after batting for Seth Berry in the top half of the 8th. At the plate here for Colchester is their pitcher, number 1, Sean Callahan. Callahan, deep fly ball to right center field, and it's out of here. Home run, Sean Callahan. What a day for the Colchester pitcher. His 4th hit to go along with 1 hit by pitch.
Lacking the cycle by a triple. He's got 2 singles, a double, and now the home run.
That was no doubt off the bat. Of course, the short porch here at St. Peter's, one of the great pieces of this field is the short distance to right center field.
Yes, definitely an asymmetrical ballpark and a short porch in right center. Taken advantage of right there by Callahan.
So that home run puts Colchester up 9-2. And Mark, we were talking during the break about whether or not Colchester comes out and puts Callahan back on the mound, or does he try to save an inning for him and use him one of the next couple games. Line drive single to left field by Josh Ryland, knocked down by Alex Jacobowski. Gets it in quickly to Huber, and Ryland holds at first.
It's definitely something Coach Mungen has to consider here with the 12 innings in 72 hours. We're already at 8, but one school of thought would say conserve all your pitching, and if you're not going to plan on using him in the next couple of days, why not finish with him? Another school would be the way these games are, being extended into extra innings, both earlier here today and currently at Castleton State College. Might you want to get him out of there and then be able to turn him around a bit quicker?
And Tandy with a shot down the left field line. Jacobowski cuts it off in foul territory. And Zach Tandy with a double. And here comes Colchester again. Runners on second, third, nobody out. Tandy's second hit of the day. He had an infield single that Huber knocked down earlier. Jared Rylant coming up for Colchester, their catcher. Shepardson spikes one into the ground, knocked down by Bevan. Runners are not able to advance. Rylant with 2 hits already today. A single to right and a single to center. Ground ball to short. Rolls up Huber's arm, bobs into center field. They're sending him. Mungen puts the brakes on Tandy, rounding third.
Another thing that Coach Mungen may be considering here is if he can get to that 10-run rule, it might make decisions a little bit easier for him.
Pitching situation becomes irrelevant.
Exactly. But regardless of what happens here, it's been a pleasure watching these two teams here today. This Lakes Region team in the last 2 or 3 years has become a fixture in the tournament. Had a very solid season in the South this year. And Colchester, a perennial powerhouse in the North. Some very good baseball at times today.
The winner of this game, another shot to center field. Darling drifts back, makes the catch. Tandy tags at third and scores. So a sac fly for Brandon Norell. For the first out of the inning, Colchester adds another run to increase their lead to 11-2. Winner of this game will take on Addison. The Addison County team was a winner earlier today, beating Brattleboro post 5, 12-7. Loser of this game tomorrow will play tomorrow, and they will take on Brattleboro. That game will be at St. Peter's Field here at 11 a.m. The winners bracket game is tomorrow at 11 at Castleton State College. Just got word from Castleton in the top of the 10th. Essex has taken a 1-0 lead over Rutland. So again, as we spoke earlier, runs hard to come by for some teams, and we've had 2 games in the tournament so far, Mark, go into extra innings with no score.
And that's amazing if you think about it. A 9-inning ball game without a run either way. Some pretty solid defense and pitching.
Shepherdson gets a swinging strike from Ryan Connor. So here we are, 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. And Shepherdson drops a curveball in on Connor for strike 3.
Nice curve by Shepherdson there. Good late movement, froze the batter.
So Mark, if that runner on second is the one who gets us to the 10-run rule, if you're Coach Mungen, are you going aggressively after that?
I think at this point, anything to conserve pitching.
Pitching is the name of the game in these 4 or 5 day tournaments. You've got to have arms, and the teams that have the most pitching seem to be able to advance the farthest in the tournament.
I wouldn't expect to see him do anything out of the ordinary as far as being unduly aggressive, but on a base hit, if he has the opportunity, I'm sure he'll wave him around. But Sean Shepherdson trying to record the last out, so we do not get to that point here.
Now, there's a lot of pride that goes into this sport, and nobody wants to get run ruled, so Lakes Region will certainly be hoping to get out of this. And little floater behind short, Huber flying.
What a catch.
What a catch by Dakota Huber. Did he cover some ground to make that play?
So Sean Shepherdson pitched out of trouble here, and Dakota Huber with a highlight reel play to end the 8th inning.
That was a great play by Huber. So we do head to the top of the 9th. Colchester with a commanding lead, up 11-2 over Lakes Region. Okay, back at St. Peter's Field, we head to the top of the 9th inning. Colchester with a commanding 11-2 lead over Lakes Region. Pitching change on the mound for Colchester as Brett McAllister steps on the bump to finish this thing up for Colchester.
Brett McAllister finishes junior year at Richford High School this year. Had a really good summer thus far. 23 2/3 innings pitched, has surrendered 9 runs, 5 of them earned, while walking 11 and striking out 24. His record 3-1 on the summer.
He relieves Sean Callahan, who went 8 complete today for Colchester, gave up 6 hits, 11 strikeouts, and no walks, had complete command for most of the day. Dylan Bevan, ground ball to third, fielded cleanly, thrown across for the first out here in the top of the 9th. So Mark, how do you summarize Callahan's day?
Well, we talked about throwing strikes being the name of the game, and he certainly did that. He was able to locate his pitches well, get ahead in the count consistently, and a very solid day, not to mention what he did offensively with the 4-for-4 performance and getting hit by a pitch.
Alex Jacobowski steps to the plate for Lakes Region. He came in the bottom of the 8th, replacing starting pitcher Ben Brown. Jacobowski will be heading into his junior year at Fairhaven Union High School. He pounds it into the ground, gets it by the pitcher, Fielded by Sherrill, bare hand behind the mound, fires the first. What a great play.
A tremendous play. And you mentioned Alex Jacobowski, his brother Eric, on Coach Bob Gajlewski's coaching staff. Eric, a student at Clemson University and plays on the club baseball team there, a Fairhaven alum. The family affair here for the Jacobowski clan.
Stepping to the plate now, Colin Gilbert.
I think we have a pinch hitter, Wazlewski, here.
We do have a pitch hitter for Lakes Region. Josh Wazlewski, heading into his junior year at MSJ. Lakes Region just not able to generate enough offense today against Callahan. Wazlewski, ground ball to Tandy at third, fields at hop, short hop fielded cleanly at first for the third out to end the game today. So, for Mark Lambert, I'm Eric Ramey. Final score here at St. Peter's Field in the first round game of the 2013 American Legion State Tournament Series. Colchester 11, Lakes Region 2.